Against a very good St. Pius team, and arguably maybe they could be the best team in the state, period. They are dynamite.
They are really good. We had seen them earlier over in the tournament in Effingham that we go to in September, and they play very well. They are one of the best teams, I think, in the state.
You've coached a lot of good players in your career. OTEC, how is she rank? Because she's among some of the players you've coached, because she is really something.
Yeah, she's a stud, and she hits the ball very well, but I like watching her play defense too, because she's great on defense, and I heard she was actually going to Purdue to play defense. So, and she may be a little small for D1 to be an attacker, but I think she's dynamite.
And really, it's where they're going to go with it, but it's tough to defend a player like that, isn't it?
It's very tough, and especially when you're not very quick, and we aren't very quick. And so if the block doesn't get out there and we don't get a hand on it, we really are just kind of like sitting ducks.
She finds a way to get it done, because you know where the ball's going. I mean, you can set up your defense, you can set up a double or a triple block against her, but she still finds a way. And then it's not just about swinging away. She's pretty good with the tip, too, isn't she?
Oh, yeah. The tip killed us, and we couldn't figure out that they were going to do it, and they just kept doing it. So our off blockers weren't getting off the net, and they just kept dropping it in there. She started off with a tip. I mean, everybody was sitting back waiting for her to hammer the ball, and the very first swing, she tipped.
Yep. And you've seen a lot of good players over the years. And have you had one that maybe you would compare to Jenna OTEC?
Only Shelby, probably. Shelby Winkleman.
Mm-hmm.
And she wasn't built quite the same, and we played her in the middle. But as far as athletic ability, I would say Shelby would be the one that would come the closest.
Now, looking at this year's team, did they kind of overachieve toward the end just to get to this point of the season?
I think so. First half of the season was pretty rough. Things weren't clicking, and it actually started when we played New Haven. They played really well that night, and ever since then, it's just they just kept building, and we had some good practices before district and before sectional, and just kind of came together.
Kaylee Tyree, from what I understand, came very close to getting Player of the Year in the conference. Just a hair behind Riediger from New Haven for that honor.
She was, and Kaylee's done a great job for us this year. I think she's hitting the ball much better now than she was even at the beginning of the season. She hits it really hard. Sometimes we can't get her to swing, and I don't understand why, but if I could swing like that, I'd want to do it all the time.
No doubt. Well, you got some youth. Bruni is back for you, Frederick, Shaunath, Steers. You do lose some quality seniors, but a good nucleus returning.
Right, and we're looking for some big things out of those kids when they come back.
How'd your JV do this year?
They did very well. I think they maybe only lost 1 or 2 games.
And is there some size, some real strengths there?
I think there is. We had a couple really nice freshmen this year also, and they spent some time on the JV. So there's some players coming up that I think can step in and help us out. I
want to talk about yesterday a little bit, because you finished 3-3, and they went to the new tiebreaker system. And in the past it was a point system, but now they just play it. They play a set. Your thoughts on that?
Well, if you're the person that's sitting in my seat, you might not like it.
Because you would have won on points, right?
Because we would have won on points.
Yep.
But I think it's a good thing to do. There's a clear-cut winner that way, and it avoids all those crazy situations, scenarios, and they've had some crazy ones in the past. I remember one time when Washington was 4-2 in pool play, and they had to play for third because of the whole tiebreaker situation, and I think it's probably better to have the playoff game. Now,
we were talking about this, because I'm not aware of it. You probably have the answer, maybe. If you have a 3-way tie, like you brought up Washington, and what do you do in that case?
Well, they go to head-to-head first.
Okay.
And then overall point differential. And I think they break that tie. Hopefully out of that, they can come up with the top team. And then I guess they do a playoff game. I'm as confused as everybody else about this whole.
Well, we were thinking maybe if there is a 3-way tie, you have to have a top 2. Maybe they would still play the one set.
They could play off the one set, yeah.
So Yeah, it's interesting. I kind of like it personally, but you're the coach. You're the longtime coach. And, it's the old school, right? So, I mean, you kind of don't like change all that much.
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm still getting used to rally scoring. No, I think I'm okay with that now. So. Well,
terrific season. You're here. You take second place, and it's a major accomplishment getting here, and you can't understate that. I mean, that it means a lot for a program to get here.
Yes, it does, and we're just really excited to be here and excited to have the opportunity to play in the state championship match.
Nice win, or nice season, I should say, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
And we'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. Stay tuned.